Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kivi, all up in the building, all up on your screen, showing you much love. Based off the topic you can see down below, we're actually going to be talking about love today because I've been doing some studying and I've been having some questions, and when I say my mind is blown, it's blown because you'll just see. If you're interested in this video and learning about what love really is, definitely keep watching. Don't forget to press that like button, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Heads up, I will be talking about the Bible just in case, so people just know, I guess. So you can decide if you want to watch or not. It's really interesting regardless. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so I've been interested in learning and studying what love is, what really love is. And if you ask people all the time, they'd be like, it's a feeling. It's just something you feel about somebody else. And it just lets you know that you love them. And it's just a feeling. And you listen to that Michael Jackson song, love is a feeling, given when I want it, quench my desire, taking me higher. And so you're really like, yeah, we're being force fed that love is this feeling that we feel. Like we can't explain it. If you ask people, why do you love me? They can't explain it. They just say, I just feel it. I just know. I just know. So I decided to look up what Google's version is of love. And if you Google search it, you will see that it says love is an intense feeling of deep affection, a great interest and pleasure in something. Feel a deep romantic or sexual attachment. Doesn't that just make you feel ooey gooey good inside? Like, doesn't it just sound so simple and easy and attainable and just like the most wonderful thing in the world? Like, oh my gosh. But if we really break down what Google's definition of love is, you have to start looking into certain words. The first thing I looked up is feelings, because it says love is an intense feeling. We always live our life based off how we're feeling and our moods and feelings. So if you look up feelings, it is it's an emotional state or reaction. Okay, so love is an emotional state or reaction. So, for every action, there's a reaction. So it must be, you're doing good things for me. You making me feel good. You're stimulating me in some type of way, which is giving me this reaction of these feelings for you, whether it be good or whether it be bad. So if we break it down even more, feelings, an emotional state or reaction, okay? So what is an emotional state? Because I'm like, wait, what's an emotional state now? An emotional state is a mood. It's a mood. Okay, so what we're pretty much saying is it is an intense mood of deep affection. So if we break it down even further, we're going to break it down a little bit more, okay? What is a mood? A mood is a temporary state of mind or feeling. Okay, so temporary state of mind or feeling. Temporary. Okay, wait a minute. Keyword, temporary. Temporary is not lasting. Temporary means just that. Temporary. So let's look. So in other words, what love in this context is saying and what it means is it is an intense, temporary state of mind, feeling, or for someone or something. So, an intense feeling of deep affection, an intense temporary feeling of deep affection. Because when you break it down a little bit, just even more, we say mood. What is a mood? Our moods change all the time. You know what I mean? Like I can leave my house, be happy, be jumping, turn on some Beyonce, get really turned up. You know what I mean? I'm feeling it. Ooh, ooh, oh, 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 oh. On the street, just driving. And all of a sudden, somebody cuts in front of me. Hold on. Cuts in front of me. I almost hit the back of their car, and then they decide that they want to go slow. You know what just happened? My mood has just changed. Just that quickly. I went from out to what is going on? To honking the horn, to road rage, to everything else, because feelings are a mood. It's a mood. So we sit here, we wonder why divorce is, and why we have so many people break up, and why so many people are so quick to say, I love you. Because it's temporary. What the world is telling you love is temporary, which is why it's not lasting, which is why we are struggling to keep it together. Like, when I broke this down and like looked at it, it like blew my cap off. Like my wig was on the floor. Cause I'm like, hold on, let me get it. Because this whole time I've been thinking, a part of me have been thinking like, oh, based off what everybody's telling me that love is a feeling. I've always thought that it was definitely more than just a feeling, because it's certain things you have to do in love. It's not just about how I feel. I have to do stuff for you outside of my feelings to make this work. So when I looked at that, I was just like, oh, so that's what that is. Okay. So we're selling a fantasy to the world. We're giving the Disney version of what love really is to people. Because then I decided to do even further research for myself, and I'm a Christian, and I'm pretty sure with any religion they probably have a real definition of what love is. It's not just this feeling thing, it's probably something more into it, but we rather have this watered down, juiced down version that sound good instead of actually what I'm about to tell you right now. So if you go to First Corinthians 13, 4, 5. A lot of people know this scripture. A lot of people use it in weddings. We use it in good times. But we don't really thoroughly analyze what it is that it's saying. We say, I love that this is the scripture. Like, this is beautiful. But you have to really dig into it to understand. Because it says, love is patient. Love is kind. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? Like, this, we normally just focus on this part of the scripture. Love is patient and love is kind. Because we pick the stuff that we know that we like and know that we want. We want a patient love. We want a kind love. But we fail to read the rest of the scripture and actually take it into mind. So we have love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. So let's say you don't even understand half of the stuff I just said, which is what most people don't get. We think we know the gist of it, but we haven't really looked in detail to understand. So the one thing that we can say that really stands out, that really stood out to me, is the fact that it says that love keeps no record of wrongs. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Because how many of us literally get in relationships, stuff happens, bad things happen, they do something wrong, something fails, and we just keep a record of it, and we just keep adding it up, and we keep throwing it in their face, and we just keep talking about it, telling this friend, telling that friend, and all this other stuff, and it just causes mass chaos because of it, because of the fact that we're not really supposed to keep any record of it. Like, what? People are literally, their homes are breaking down because we're keeping records. We're keeping points and tallies. We got receipts. You know what I mean? And we're breaking up our home by doing it. It just blows my mind. So we're going to break this down even further for you guys, because we're going to actually like go into detail of this thing, because I really was curious to know the detail of everything about what the scripture is really saying. So it says love is patient. Patient means able to accept or tolerate delays, problems without becoming annoyed or anxious. What is anxious? Anxious is experiencing worry about something with an uncertain outcome. So it is patient. I have to tolerate your delays, your problems, and not worry about them. Because that's what love is. That's asking for a bit much, God. Wouldn't you think so? Like that's asking for an awful lot for me as a person, for me to do this for this person. Okay, so let's keep going. It also says love is kind. We all know what kindness is. It's a nice thing. You do stuff. But let's break it down. It means considerate or helpful. What is considerate? Considerate is careful not to hurt others or cause inconvenience. Helpful means giving or ready to give help. After a while, us as people, we give, and then we're like, I'm done. Like, I'm tired of helping you. I'm finished. Like, I'm letting it go. So love means I have to keep giving and always be ready to help. Now, there is a such thing as tough love, in which I'm pretty sure you restrain from giving as much, but you're still supposed to give and you're still supposed to help. And it's a lot of people that's like, help yourself. Everybody says that all the time. People be like, help yourself to people. You got to help yourself. And you do have to help yourself. But at the same time, in love, just through love, you still give a certain degree of help, okay? You don't bring yourself down to come down with another person. But in love, I'm supposed to help you. If I love you, I'm supposed to help you. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. So then we get down into it does not envy. So what is envy? Envy is a feeling of discontent, resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities of luck. What is discontent? Discontent is dissatisfied with one's circumstances. So I'm not supposed to be dissatisfied with my circumstances. I'm not supposed to be content with what I have. Like, some stuff just make you scratch your head a little bit because you just like, I didn't know that I'm not supposed to be, we think of envy, we think of jealousy, you know what I mean? That's all we focus on. We don't think about the fact that most people are envious because they are dissatisfied with their circumstances. We just be like, I just want what they have. Well, in reality, it's because you're not satisfied with your own circumstance. So you're supposed to be okay with your circumstance. That's love. Hmm. Hmm. So the next part says, it does not boast. Boast means to talk with excessive pride or self satisfaction about one's achievements, possessions, or abilities. All of us failing at this. Literally, because we'll get with somebody and normally you hear in like a marriage, the guy is making all the money, and for whatever reason, in our heads, people, especially men, are like, well, I'm the breadwinner. So if you love me, you ain't supposed to be doing I'm the breadwinner speeches. I'm doing all of this and you ain't doing none of that. Da, 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 da. So doing all of that is not love. Doing all that is not love. Because in love, you don't boast about what you're doing. You're just doing it unto the glory of God. You're not doing it unto the glory of this person. You know what I mean? You think you're doing it to the glory of this person, but the main reason you're the breadwinner is because God has instilled in you to be the breadwinner because you're the head of the household. So you're doing it unto God. You're doing your rightful duty. You're not doing it unto your spouse. So why do we continue to throw it up in each other's face? We've all done it. We have. Okay, so let's get back into it. So it also says, it is not proud. Proud means feeling deep pleasure or satisfaction about one's achievements, possessions, or abilities. Now, when I look at this, me personally, some people may take things differently, some people may see it differently, but I feel like that this specifically, this talk about proud, a feeling of deep pleasure, satisfaction about one's possession. When you guys get married, you guys kind of take ownership of each other. That's the way you guys see it personally. And so we have this literally saying that that's not what love is. And then you look up at the meaning of the word in Google telling you what love is, and it says it's an intense feeling of deep affection. So, just something I thought about, just something that made me scratch my head and said, is that a contradiction? Is what the Bible saying love is a contradiction to what we are going ahead and saying love is in reality? So then we break it down even further, and it says that it does not dishonor others, which means shame, disgrace, or humiliate. Humiliate means to make somebody feel low and down and make fun of them or whatever the case may be. And we tend to do this a lot in relationships. You know what I mean? When we get pissed off, we tend to go for the jugular and humiliate the person by talking about their flaws and their weaknesses. People will even go on Facebook. You have seen marriages go on Facebook talking bad about each other. You are humiliating one another. That's not love. It's not love. And then it also says that it is not self-seeking. Love is not self-seeking. What is self-seeking? Having concerns for one's own welfare and interest before those of others. So I'm supposed to throw me out the window? Love is throwing myself out the window. and focusing on somebody else, focusing on another person. Is that what you're telling me? Okay. So in easier terms, let's break it down. Because after all this, I found out that love is able to accept, tolerate delays and problems without becoming annoyed or anxious. Love is careful not to cause inconvenience or hurt others. It's given and ready to help. It does not long for someone else's possessions, qualities, or is dissatisfied with its circumstances. It does not talk with excessive pride and self-satisfaction about oneself, achievements, possessions, or ability. It is not deep feelings of pleasure or satisfaction as a result of one's achievements, qualities, or possessions. It does not shame, disgrace, humiliate. It is not having concerns for one's own welfare and interests before those of others. It is not easily angered. It keeps no tallies or points of wrongdoing. So this is what love is. This is real unconditional love. Like, I think I'd rather have this love than this whole temporary thing, because if you think about it, we will say it's selfish. But if one person is doing it, I'm all about you, I'm loving you like this, and you have somebody else that's loving you like that, can you imagine the power of that love? Like, that's the kind of love I want. So I'm done. Bye.